Hi, it's Joe. Welcome to the Quilt Report. Well, guess what I'm doing today? I'm cutting up a bunch of little pieces of fabric and I'm sewing them onto other pieces of fabric, just like quilt makers always do, like they've done for a couple hundred years around here, like your grandma or great-grandma did. I cut up a bunch of pieces of fabric, I sew them on other pieces of fabric and make an arrangement of an image that I happen to like, just like quilt makers have always done. And it's kind of like making art, I would imagine, although I wouldn't know since I didn't go to art school. The only person in my whole family that ever went to art school was my great-aunt Frances, known universally as Aunt Frank. Now, Frank one time asked me after she left the Cooper Union and the Art Students League in New York and went back to mid-Michigan to paint the rest of her long life. She asked me one time if I had a painting of hers, what would I like to have? She said, I said, a self-portrait. So she made this self-portrait that I have as the centerpiece of my wall of women here. She called it the Tools of the Trade. Frances Tranbarger, right there. You can see she's got in her flower shop with all the flowers in the back and the little terracotta pot and the spade. Tools of the Trade. She painted all of her life, even there in the country in mid-Michigan. Maybe it's from Aunt Frances that I got my love of paintings. I love paintings so much. I love them so much that I collect them. And when I find paintings that I really like a lot, what I like to do is to cut them up and honor them by including them in a quilt. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I've got this one painting here given to me by my great friend Therese May, the quilt maker and quilt artist, the great quilt artist in San Jose, California. And I think the only thing this painting needs is a little bit more blue in it, don't you think? I have this painting by Helen Cohen that I'm going to add into Therese's painting. And then maybe I'll have a little bit of yellow from this painting by a famous artist who I cannot name, unfortunately. He claimed this was the worst painting ever made, and certainly the worst painting by him. He has stuff in the Museum of Modern Art in New York, but he wanted me to have this in hopes that I would cut it up. So I'm going to add a little bit of yellow from there. So let's just get started out doing that. I'm going to take this piece down and we'll go over here and get started on honoring the work of Therese May by cutting it up and including it in a quilt. I'm taking this humble domestic painting and transforming it into a work of quilt. It's going to be a little tricky here. Let me just, well, I'm just going to have to start by cutting a chunk off from it. We'll just start there. And cut a little piece off that we can work with. Let me get my ruler here. And we'll cut this up into some interesting shapes. And then we'll add in some blue from Helen Cohen's painting here, from her blue period. Like that. I'm telling you, nothing beats the electric thrill of running your blade over a canvas like this. And then, where's my scissors? Let me just cut off a little piece of yellow here that I could use. There we go. And I'll start sewing these together. Now it's going to be a little bit of a process. Where did my other pieces go there? It's going to take a little while. all I can do today is to get started. All right? So I'm going to start sewing these together in such a way that will honor them, like I said, because I admire painting so much that this is one of my favorite ways of honoring them is by making them into a quilt. Check back with me in a little while and you can see what this looks like. Okay, thanks for stopping by. See you next time.
All right.